I have to keep an eye on the deployment of guards at all times.
Welcome to Palais, Memo.
Hey guys, just want to do a quick sound check before we actually start. I don't know why the music always turns. It's like it lasts for a minute or two and then it stops. But yeah. Okay, I think it sounds good. So we'll get started. I need to see what we need to do anyways. Paimon's just sitting there like, what's going on? There's a event. Oh, look at that cool weapon. Guess we'll go grab this real quick. Oh, it's over in Leeway. I had to move my mic so it didn't pick up the keyboard, so hopefully you can't hear the clicking. Why did someone put up a structure here? It kind of looks like it's holding meetings. Oh, wait a sec. Fontaine's Mason. Oh, there it is. It ended before we could do that. Chiseled face, as though classical sculpture come to life. An unrivaled aura that surpasses common folk. You must be the Commander Ash of whom the rumors speak of now. Your reputation precedes you. I was just thinking of entrusting the Adventurers Guild with sending you a letter, extending an invitation to join our meeting. Commander? I'm a commander? Being so formal, it feels like you're treating Ash with some kind of super professional warrior. Oh, but you have been far more than mere warriors. You have crossed blades with countless monsters and formidable foes during your journey across 5 nations. Your exploits have been painstakingly recorded and repeatedly analyzed by the armed forces of each nation. Excuse me. Whether the Knights of Favonius, Millilith, Shogunate Samurai, Corpse Authority, or Amazing... I don't know how to pronounce that. Guardianish? Each and every one of the armed services that has given no. My goodness, I can't talk today. Given nothing but the very highest of marks to your combat abilities and stratagems. Ash has the capability to lead from the front or command from the rear. If possible, active cooperation must be established with him. Therefore, I, Staff Officer Su Ding of the Millilith, hereby formally invite you to participate in the wargame of 5 armies and assume the post of senior consultant therein. What say you to this proposal? The remuneration package for senior consultants is quite considerable, and their total daily compensation for the duration of the event will be on par with that of a Millilith sergeant. That's a Millilith for you. Straight to the point. Sergeant's pay, eh? Now that sounds tempting. What? We don't know what the deal is. You gotta be concerned about that. I should now present a detailed introduction of the event for your benefit. As you have seen, large number of monsters still roam the wilderness of Tevat, and they cannot be eradicated in any sort of short time frame. In order to effectively deal with the monster threat, the armed services of 4 neighboring nations are compiling intel regarding commonly encountered monsters seeking to analyze the threat they pose and share knowledge amongst others. Ourselves, I mean. To this end, the Millilith General Staff has created tabletop game pieces based on all kind of monsters in order to simulate hostile confrontations, and from this, analyze their combat capabilities to the best of our ability. This iteration of the wargame, we invited members serving in various combat units to utilize their own radically different mindsets and perspectives, control the game pieces, finding the optimal method to suppress the monster threat. As you're not a part of any armies and are a rare tactical genius, you can provide an especially valuable analytical angle. Okay, so you guys are having a meeting to discuss the most convenient and safest way to deal with monsters. Now you're talking Paimon's language. After all, we've got first-hand experience dealing with dangerous baddies from all over, and we've also played a lot of chess-like board games before. We have. If we can help a bunch of countries keep the peace by playing games, then... and also get a pile of Mora while we're at it, does that count as a whole flock of birds with one stone? Casually game some more. Save the day. That's precisely the enthusiasm, the ability to calmly rise to any challenge, displaying your awesome skills, and solving crises as easily and naturally as breathing. Board is ready, we can begin the simulation at any time. Let's witness the unique strategic prowess possessed only by a genius commander such as yourself. I guess we'll see what this is. Cool. Assault scenario and defense scenario. Let's try assault. Man, how many are there? We'll try one. Wait, I was already here. Why did I do that? After selecting combat unit, you can be deployed with your base staging area. Selecting combat cancel, blah, blah, blah. After combat units have been deployed, the automatic engage an enemy. Okay. Leadership skills will be replenished over time. May have a petite usage elements. Different types of combat units suppress other types of units. AoE damage units. Okay. And blah, blah, blah. Okay. This is gonna be harder to remember than the other. And hopefully it's in, like, the... Sometimes they have them, like, in the top corner so you can look at. Oh, boy. Oh. Excuse me. Component details. So, they're all... these. Hey, Bo! Welcome in! How's it going? So, we need these explosive ones. Genshin! Yes! Oh, I guess we're gonna take them all out. Okay. Have you played Genshin? Have we talked about this? Can I? Okay, I can only, okay. So we definitely want to make sure we use these against them. What's this? Oh, these are not unlocked. Nice, nice. I'm AR-59. Do you have any favorite characters that you use? Okay, so, like, favorite characters that you like to play as, and also favorite, like, just characters as in story-wise. I know! I'm so close to it. During assault scenarios, your goal is to use combat units to destroy the opposing base. I don't know, did this start... Oh, it's messed up. Oh my goodness. You like a Shogun? She's pretty cool. I don't have her. I don't have Kazuha either. I like them both though. Loki, you better be laying down. Be a good baby. Loki was over there cleaning his paws. I love it when cats like clean between their toes of their paws. It's cute. Oh, nice! The only weapon I have got for a character is Baiju's. I was very lucky because I saved a ton for Baiju, and then Kaveh was on his banner. And so I just used all mine for that. I got it because I got Baiju at C2, that banner. And then I had a little bit left. I'm like, okay, no, I think what it was. Okay, so I got him. And then I went ahead to go, like, the other thing, I kept pulling till I got Kaveh, and then I went to the weapon banner, just because, and I got his weapons, so then I went back, kept pulling on Baiju's banner. Capture? Okay, so... Get them.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Oh, this is fun. I like this. Oops. Ah, look, it's flying. Oh wait, I can use an ability? Take this. Oh, yes. cool, like, Airmite characters. The enemies, they're so cool.
Let's end this now. We'll meet again.
Fry!
We're gonna get destroyed.
Fry!
Oh, he just... He was my first 5-star? I think it was Chow. Nice. Sora looks different. What's going on? Hey, you knew I was gonna play Genshin. Welcome in, Gunny. How are you doing? Bo, how are you also doing? Cool. We'll definitely do that some other... Like, I'll probably just do these all on my own, unless we have time after we do the new Archon Quest. What can we get? Okay, now let's just... Look how cool that is. I wonder if this is out for, Sethos? I don't know how you say his name, because I haven't, like, done the thing with him. I'm doing alright. I was in a lot of pain, but then I took some of my meds, and I'm feeling a little bit better. Yeah, I think Child was my first. Let me look. You know, it used to say whenever you got them. Does it not show that anymore? Yeah. Thank you. Who was your first 5-star? Oh wait, is it in the details? Ha. Yeah, I have him at C1. Yeah, he was the first one I got. He's a lot of fun. I like having him in my Dendro team whenever I... Yeah, he was one of the first. Yeah, it was because, like, I pulled on his banner, like, the second time I was playing, whenever, because I think I got him whenever he first came out. And I've been collecting the Harbingers. But, like, wait, what does this do? Does this go to the next person? It does. Can't remember what I was gonna say. Oh man. Just doing the one stage. Oh no! Did you get another shot in your eye? Okay, so let's see. It was. And then the second time his banner was... I was pulling on it. I must have, like, been pulling on it for a certain 4-star, but, like, I also, you know, I was like, if I get another another Chow, that's fine. You know, so that's why I pulled on it. And that's how I got his constellation. Okay. Let's go ahead. Whoa, wait, why are we in Sumeru? Laser? You got a laser in your eye? Oh, no. Are you turning into Superman? You gotta collect the, like, laser. Oh, Nahita's so good. Her and... Hopefully no one's in here worried about spoilers, but her and Furina are just really good. I don't have either of the two. The only Archon I have is Zhongli. I love Bloom teams. I like to put, like... Having Baiju and Pave with some, water.
Where's my...
That Nula will be good. But it's good because Baiju can, like, apply so much and then Pave can just explode it.
Perfect. It's you two. I have a commission here that has your names written all over it. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say you're the only ones for the job.
Let me do something.
The only ones for the job?
On auto.
Huh. If our help is really that important, it's probably some Archon class commission, right?
Never heard of that classification anymore. At all.
The Adventurers Guild doesn't employ that kind of classification system. In fact, this commission is also probably not nearly as intimidating as what you're expecting.
What? I thought I clicked auto.
All it asks us to do is to find a missing person.
Huh? Then why did you say we were the only ones for the job?
I came across this commission while reviewing our backlog not too long ago. It seems simple, but our records indicate that over a dozen successive efforts to complete it have all ended in failure, despite attempts by several accomplished and renowned adventurers. With the reputation of the Adventurers Guild and the performance of the Sumeru branch at stake, it's in our best interest to assign this commission to the adventurer with the highest completion rate over the past few years.
Well, that's us for sure.
Flattery will get you everywhere with Paimon, but I can't guarantee we'll be able to complete it either. Who has the saddest story? In your... What does that mean? LYP or IYP? Oh!
All I'm asking is for you to give it your best shot. If it proves to be beyond
My
your
sister, I'm still looking
capabilities as
for,
well,
yes.
I'll talk to the commissioner about canceling the commission.
It's okay. It's okay. I don't know. Fiorina's is pretty rough. You're so good at Genshin that you're so good at Genshin. Welcome in, dudes. How's it going? Fiorina's is sad. There's a lot of characters with sad backstories.
Okay, so who are we looking for? And what is it about this commission that's made it so hard to complete?
Now,
This
Hina's
commission
too.
was jointly
Like,
issued
it's
by the
messed up.
residents of Vimara Village. They say one of their own villagers has gone missing. But the problem is, they don't know the missing person's name. They can only provide information about his general appearance.
They're all from the same village, but they don't even know his name?
Guess what, dudes? Little Big Planet is how I met Gunwolf. Little Big Planet, we talked about this. I can't remember if it is the first Little Big Planet or the second Little Big Planet. But, like, the originals. That's how I met Gunwolf. And then we just stayed in touch.
If so many adventurers have failed to complete this commission, maybe this missing villager doesn't exist at all. Could it be some sort of a prank or something?
Unlikely. Several villagers came by to issue the commission, and judging by their appearance and tone of voice, they seemed incredibly sincere. It certainly didn't seem like a joke to them. Besides, putting up a commission requires a processing fee. There aren't many upsides to a prank that costs Mora to carry out.
That would be a little strange.
In any case, it would probably be best to go to Vimara Village and ask around first. The Adventurers Guild does have some information on hand, but I would say anything you can learn directly from the villagers would be far more reliable. The best way to avoid misdirection is to go to the source.
Alright then, let's go! Paimon's starting to get really curious about this whole thing.
Bedtime story. Remember last time we dreamed, like, the whole time? The last one that had, the last end of Archon Quest. Okay. I thought it was the first one also. Might change out my team if we're gonna be fighting,
We made it to Vimara Village! Why don't we talk to some of the villagers to learn a little bit more about the missing guy?
I'm gonna change out my
If
team.
this
if we're
commission
gonna
is
be
really
in-
as challenging as Catherine made it out to be, we're gonna need to carry out a very detailed investigation.
Because I still need...
I'll treat your wounds.
Need to end a few enemies?
Where's okay.
Is that the client? Wait. Oh, it's you!
And... Wait. Should I put it in? Yeah, I have him in Risley. I don't really have him built. He's not going to be a good... Me too. He's a good character.
The pleasure is all mine.
I don't have him all the way built, so he wouldn't be too great to see. He wouldn't be very great to have on my team unless we'll try. Let me enhance his weapons a bit. Uh-huh. Put them jump to 12. Oops. I guess I put that up to 13. Right, he builds off of HP, I forget. Which avatar? The little, Thank you. A friend of mine made it. Did a good job with it. I'm glad I have it, because I used to do, like, you know, face cam. And I used to have a camera, and then I started, like, my health got worse, and so it was harder for me to, like, I don't know, do cam streams. And then by the time I felt okay enough to do it again, I turned on my camera and it died. So I have a soldering gun I need to try to fix it with. But, or maybe I'll see if my dad can try to fix it tomorrow since he'll be home. Yeah. It just adds a whole nother, like, type of energy you have to do if you do a camera stream. But it works out. We met randomly because you can join people's pods at random. Yeah! You have any plans this weekend, Bo? Okay, we'll try this team. I'm not sure how well it's gonna go. Do I have Baiju? Look at his poor... See? I need to up his... I don't even use that much. What are his artifacts? His artifacts look good. Child's are pretty good. Aves are pretty, I think, too. I have him pretty built. There's just a few more things I need to get for that. Actually, I should upgrade some of these. Are there any games you plan to play this weekend? I'm so glad they added this as enhance the next tier. Oh my goodness. They've added a lot of stuff recently, which is just a lot of, like, quality of life updates. I've been loving it. Yeah. Dude, that was before I think we got into BTS. I didn't get into them till 2016. The anime trivia levels were fun. Okay, we'll try this.
Such a great place for a vacation. Let me just take a few.
Okay, Nuvalet design is so good. Shots fired.
Hello there. You looking to buy something?
If you
I
ever
do
want to
business
play
in this
Genshin,
area.
just let me know.
Oh, no, we're adventurers. Catherine sent us to look into a commission here in Vermara Village.
Ah, so you hear about that then. Ah, you're not the first, that's for sure. We've certainly made a lot of trouble for you all. To be honest, we aren't holding out much hope. Many adventurers have made their way out here, confident they'd be able to help us, only to leave soon after with nothing to show for their efforts. We've pretty much had it up to here in questions, and the area around the village has practically been overturned in search of clues. But no one has been able to make any headway.
So, this person we're looking for, what's his name? Where did he live? Does he have any relatives?
I don't know. I really have no clue. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, you're a lot of
Okay.
help.
Guess you are really sick of answering questions.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound short with you. I was actually just giving you my answer to your questions.
Is there anything else you can tell us?
I know it may seem like we don't have anything to offer by way of information, but I promise you, we all have a very strong impression of him. When you live in the same village as someone, you develop a lot of memories together, you know? We just don't know the specifics. Maybe we did at one point, but that information is long gone by now.
I'll send you my UID later, then.
At least that's what everyone in the village seems to think. We've all exchanged what we know, and that was the only logical conclusion.
All right, specifics aside then, what kind of person was he?
Young guy, in his early 20s probably. Incredibly kind sort of person, always willing to lend a helping hand. I'd chat with him when I didn't have any customers. I even saw him stick out his neck for others on more than one occasion. Very interesting guy, that one.
Now that you've started talking about him, you don't seem nearly as down in the dumps as you did before. Seems like he left a pretty good impression on you.
But of course, everyone in the village is pretty fond of him. We wouldn't have issued that commission otherwise. There aren't many young people like him nowadays, so genuine and pure. To think that he just up and disappeared one day. I just hope nothing bad happened.
Could he have just moved away without telling anyone?
No, he's not the type to leave without saying goodbye. And anyway, moving away without being seen by a single person in the village? There's no way he would have been able to manage that.
Huh. Alright, thanks for the information. We're gonna go ask around some more.
What information? That was pretty horrible information. Sorry. I hear a bird. My favorite character is Kaya. He's my favorite. Him, Pave, Ito, Baiju, and Wanderer. My favorite element? I don't know. It's hard. Oh, Kuki? You mean Shinobu? I like her a lot too. So okay, so I guess the characters I mentioned before, those are my favorite for story reasons. Gameplay-wise, I really like Shinobu. Yes! I got his outfit. I love it. But yeah, I love Shinobu for gameplay. Shinobu, Kaya. I love Ito is one of my mains. And Ayato too. I don't know who what my favorite element would be. Hello, old man.
Is that guests I hear?
Hi, Grandpa Amadea. We're here to help you look for the guy that's gone missing.
She really can.
Ah, so that's what brings you to these parts. Coming all this way for our sake. That's so very kind of you. With your help, I trust that young man's case is in good hands.
Water. Nice.
Could you tell us a bit about him?
Of course. I'm happy to help any way I can. With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about his appearance. But I do remember hearing the sound of his voice. Not recently, of course. That loss has left me feeling quite empty. I don't think his parents are still living in the village. But somehow he never seemed lonely. In fact, he was usually the one offering companionship to others. He would often take time to visit the elderly or play with the orphans in the village. And whenever someone had something on their mind, he was there to listen with open ears. He always knew just what to say. As the village chief, I owe him many thanks. Helping villagers navigate difficult moments in their lives should have been one of my responsibilities. But he was often the one rising to the occasion.
Wow. He seems like such a nice and gentle person. No wonder his disappearance affected you all so much. But, you wouldn't happen to know any details about his name, address, or family situation, right?
So the thing is, she's with the Abyss. She's not really needing saved.
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I just can't remember. No matter how you look at it, I should know those things. But for some reason, no matter how hard I try to remember, the information just doesn't come. Perhaps my age really has caught up with me this time.
We might see the sister in this,
It's
though.
okay. There's no need to force yourself to try and remember. We'll figure something out.
We'll figure it out. Try. Mister.
Well, Traveler, what do you think?
A lot of things are not adding up.
Paimon thinks so too. Like, the name thing. It's so weird that no one remembers his name. And nobody has been able to tell us anything about his family or where he lived.
Do you not like Paimon?
Like this guy's been erased from reality or something.
You're still distracted from dealing with her situation? I guess kind of. I would say it's more like he's someone who only exists in people's memories.
Wait, so you're saying it's not that he's been erased, necessarily, but more like he never existed to begin with?
When you talk to Nahida.
Okay, Paimon's gonna need some time to process that one. Someone who only exists in people's memories?
Maybe like what happened with the Greater Lord Rugudavada, like some sort of mass
You two are the
alteration.
adventurers who just arrived, right? You're here for the Vamara Village Commission?
Yep, sure are. We were just looking into the case.
I'm so glad to hear that.
I like her outfit.
Thank goodness you haven't given up. I've been so worried the Adventurers Guild might cancel our commission. My name is Atosa, by the way. I grew up here in Vamara Village. Anyway, I just wanted to say, please keep searching for a missing villager. I'm begging you. You have to find him.
We can't change Paimon. We'll certainly try our best.
Yeah, no need to worry. We'll give it our best shot. So, were you close to the missing villager? Are there any leads you can give us?
I'm not sure this counts as a lead, but follow me.
Is this a trap?
There's a place I'd like to show you.
Researching human physiology.
She's emergency food. What are you doing here? Where's your eyes? Sure? I keep seeing my frames drop every so often. I don't know why. Thank you, Nora. It's time for me to go. Ramu Huka Thank you? Is there a reason why it's dipping every so often? Yes, hi. I don't think it's that. I don't have motion blur on. Is it the bloom? Who knows? Who knows? Why? Oh, holy crap! Did I turned off motion blur and now it's going nuts. Yeah, doesn't that bubble monster? Imagine. Hello? Is she gonna kill me here? This does not...
Is this the place? Under this
There's
tree?
someone in the tree!
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me. We used to always sit together under this tree and talk. Sometimes we would look up at the clouds in the sky, or stop to feel the wind against our skin. We could sit there for hours at a time, never realizing how long it had been. I was actually adopted by the people of Vimar Village. The forest rangers found me in the woods as a child. I was surrounded by such good people, and growing up in the village was so lively. Still, there were times when I couldn't help but feel incredibly alone.
Alone?
How should I put it? When something's bothering you, or when you have good news to share, you always want to talk about it with somebody. But for the longest time, I didn't know who I could talk to, or if I should say anything at all. Everyone has their own problems to deal with. Even if I might want to confide in others, I don't want to become a burden.
I think I get what you mean. That's what family's for.
Really? You know exactly how I feel?
Used to have someone like that, a family member that I could talk to no matter what, but now I have a lot of friends who understand me and would be happy to hear me out. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky. When it comes to our missing villager, well... I guess you could say that to me. He felt like both a family member I could rely on and a friend who could really understand me. No matter what came my way, I knew I could always talk to him. He was so thoughtful and pure, and patient too. Whenever I talked to him, he would always seem so interested, as if the things I was describing were just as important to him as they were to me. Ever since he disappeared, there's been so much I wanted to tell him. No, none of those things matters now. I just really want to see him again.
Wow, you two must have been really close. Did he ever tell you anything about himself?
He mostly just talked about interesting things he saw around the village. He'd share a lot of his own wild ideas as well. Oh, right! I did ask him about his parents once. But all he said was, they're not here anymore. I didn't know whether that meant they had left the village or passed away, and I didn't want to pry.
Still not much to go off of.
Look at me. Talking your ear off and still nothing to show for it. I'm sorry I wasn't more help.
Thanks for the stretch and the hydrate. Don't say that. You helped us understand him better.
The last time I talked this much in one go was when we were still together. Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly.
I see a chest in the back.
Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right? What's wrong, Traveler?
it was always the same time of day and time never seemed to pass. Trying to read if there's any... Oh, what Tasa just told about time could be the key to unraveling this whole mystery. Didn't realize he was thinking. Tried disabling rescale output?
Hey, look at those hilly trails over there. Doesn't
I
it
don't know
seem
if I
like
can
they're
do that
acting a
while
little
streaming.
strange?
Let's see. I'm looking at something real quick. I'll probably look later. Okay, look at those, yeah, those hilly churls.
The Abyss Order. Could they be the ones behind all of this? Uh-oh, we've been spotted! Quick, get ready to fight! The doctor will see you now.
A bit of... The tides beckon. Bow your head. Sight clear. Remember, health comes first. Watch and learn.
Dang, bubble people.
Silence.
Too much damage. It's gonna take forever for me to get rid of them.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Mind the side effects.
Oh boy, this is gonna take forever. Just stab this. Try to break their...
Come at me.
No time to...
Sight clear.
Okay, here we go. Got
Seems
one
like
now.
an emergency. Let the mighty be humble. Settle down.
Destroy.
Come at me.
It's stuck.
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting monsters to show up. If you hadn't been here, I'm not sure what I would have done.
It was no trouble.
The question is, what is the Abyss Order doing around here?
Now that I think about it, the hilly trolls around Vimara Village have been a lot more active lately. They seem agitated and would often attack anything in sight. Chief Amadea doesn't allow the children to play in the area around the village anymore.
Maybe the Abyss Order really is involved. Well, we should head back and check out the situation in Vimara Village just in case. If the Abyss Order is plotting something that could spell trouble for the villagers.
Okay.
Wait a second. That person! It's Dainslev!
Dainslev, what are you doing?
Ah, it's you two.
Oh, a friend of yours? Well, I'll leave you all to it then. I should head back to the village and check up on Chief Amadea and the others anyway. See you later.
Yep, see you later, Atosa! Why do you always have to pop up out of nowhere like that? Is it your life's mission to jump scare us or something?
It's hardly personal, or intentional for that matter. As long as you and I are both in pursuit of the Abyss Order, we're bound to cross paths.
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order then. That would explain the monsters you were fighting just now.
Naturally. Hold on. Are you not here for the same purpose?
We're also on their tail, but I'll admit we ran into them on accident.
No matter. It may have taken you a while to catch on, but I'm sure you've also realized by now that there's something strange about this place. The Abyss Order is most certainly planning something in this area. Or worse, their plan could already be in motion.
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the hilly trail activity in the area?
As things stand, I highly doubt that is their primary motive. I would imagine the increased hilichurl activity is merely a byproduct of whatever it is they're really trying to accomplish.
Still, the hilichurl activity is causing a lot of problems for the people here. We should stick around for a while
Oh,
and
I'm
protect
sure
the
we'll
village,
get him
don't you think?
eventually.
The best way to protect them is by figuring out what the Abyss Order is truly planning. That is how we prevent further tragedy.
Yeah, and I'm sure Genshin will. You know, if it's only the, for money. Because people will drop tons of money on him. Well, let's see what more we can learn from the villagers, and after that, you also owe us many answers.
And you shall have them. I never intended to hide anything from you. Don't worry. There should be ample time to talk.
Turn the Vamura village, you gather intel based on what you learned. Hey, eventually grows dark. I know, right?
Ah. So that
feel
was the
they'd have
commission
to.
that brought you here to Vimara village. Someone who seems to only exist in people's memories.
No, I don't
That is
think.
indeed quite
I think
intriguing.
so. I think you're right.
I would agree that it's unlikely you have a simple missing persons case on your hands. However, any possible connection to the Abyss Order is still unclear. It appears all we have by way of clues is increased hilichurl activity, and that is certainly not much to go off of.
Well then, how about the intel you promised me?
Right! That mysterious voice he heard in his sister's memory. The one who called himself a sinner. Who is he?
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed you?
I wouldn't have faith in her. We'll go with that.
I sense hesitation in your words. After all, you still haven't figured out the whole truth of what happened. There's still hope for the two of you to reconcile. Irreparable damage has not yet been done.
I have a feeling like when we do get the con arena, I think they'll introduce new elements.
The sinner you wish to know about, his situation is different. He and his fellow sinners have long betrayed me, and long betrayed their nation. His name is Vedrfolnir, the Visionary. I'm loath to admit it, but he is also my kin, my older brother.
Your brother?
What happened between you? What really happened in Conria back
There
then?
were 5 of them, the 5 sinners of Kanria. The wise Roptatir, the visionary Vedrfolnir,
Wait,
Gold Rhindaughter, the foul
Rhindaughter.
Sertologi, and Rehir of Solnari, Rerir. No matter how eroded my memory may become, I will never forget their names. One day, I shall have my vengeance.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhindaughter is the one who created Albedo. Sertologi is Skirk's master. And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother, Vedrfolnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Clotar to create the Abyss Order was him.
Everything is connected. That's true. Then the stone slates we found that ruined in Fontaine, the ones that outlined...
They were once people of great esteem in Kanria. Those who carried the hopes of the nation. They were the best of their peers, outstanding in their respective fields. 6 of us. Together. We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster. The ones to stop the Vinster King from continuing to rock the foundation of the world. Yet, deep within, the 5 of them craved something more. They could not resist the call of the Abyss, and divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world. So they became sinners, but also transcendent beings, each in possession of world-shattering power. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came forward to prevent the tragedy, and for that, they shall never have my forgiveness.
There's too many characters and just like all those Pokemon still in all those boxes, you have to catch them all. And then my sibling came in contact with your brother.
Indeed. If they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also betray the entire world.
Must be hard to talk about all of this, but thank you for
Of
telling
course.
me.
As I said, I never intended to hide anything from you.
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this time?
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. It's been quite some time since the initial operation was launched. By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from coming to fruition.
Oh, Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Osial and make a god or something?
That was way back.
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of technical experiment. The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped the experimental phase and found some other way to keep moving forward. There are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then what should we do? It's not too late, is it?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to deduce the Abyss Order's true objective. Based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is related to the ley lines in some way.
The ley lines?
Traveler, you were able to observe your siblings' memories last time, yes? I believe that was due to the fact that the ley lines in that area were unstable. My recent investigation has shown that Abyss Order activity in a particular area is usually followed by a series of issues with the ley lines.
And one of the things that flows through the ley lines are memories.
Wait, then our commission here in Vimara Village. The person who seems to exist only in people's memories. Could it be connected?
Memories, ley lines, Loom of Fate, and the missing person that doesn't seem to exist. What's the connection between them?
It's certainly possible. I'll join your investigation tomorrow. This missing persons case could very well turn out to be the key to unraveling these mysteries.
Well, if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try investigating somewhere a little further away tomorrow.
Come on, I need to pause and go use the restroom. Good morning.
Oh, so tired. Paimon used way too much brain juice yesterday. It's all Dane's fault saying all that complicated stuff.
My head's a mess.
Well, let's go find Dane. We've got a lot to do today.
Okay, let me run to the bathroom. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that, I'm back. My stomach's been messed up all day. I don't know. I don't know what happened. That was weird. Weird. Like, what even? What is going on?
Dane? Hello, Dane? Why are you just zoning out over here? Did something happen?
What's wrong, Dane?
The missing person from your commission. Could you describe them to me?
Oh, young guy? Early 20s? Seriously, Dane, what's going on?
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that weren't there before. Memories of him.
Maybe we just talked too
Thank
much
you.
about him yesterday and you had a weird dream or something?
No, it wasn't a dream. They're memories. Memories that suddenly appeared in my mind after I woke up. And I'm certain I've never met this person before.
Well, what exactly did you remember?
I remember handing him the eye of the first field tiller.
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with the Abyss Order then!
Indeed. And it appears he possesses the ability to implant memories into the minds of others.
How's it even possible?
Wait then. All the memories the villagers have of him, could they be fake too? Maybe they never knew him at all. But why would he do something like that?
Whatever the Abyss Order is planning, an important truth has been revealed to us this morning.
What sort of truth?
That their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field tiller. They haven't stopped searching for it. I am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that particular memory was an attempt to interfere with my mind in some way.
Is the eye still safe? What if the memory is real?
Your concerns are not entirely unfounded. I don't believe the Abyss Order is capable of altering reality like that just yet. However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the eye, I would say an equal level of caution is in order on our part. Come with me. We must check whether the eye is still in our possession.
Oh, so you're going to take us to where you hid it?
Yeah? Show us. What if someone follows us? If we go straight there and someone's on our tail, aren't we just exposing the eye's location? Maybe that's the reason the Abyss Order planned that memory in the first place, to force Dane to confirm the eye's location. Let's go. Lead the way, Dane.
Of course.
Huh. Yeah, this is probably not a good idea, but... Wait. Money! Kage needs all the money he can get.
So you
Speaking
hit
of
it way
Kage,
out
I
here?
finally got Al Haytham.
Not an easy place to discover, that's for sure. Well, let's go check to see if it's safe.
Traveler, wait.
Hmm? You okay?
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
What was Dane going to tell me just now?
Hey, wait up!
One second. Okay. Alright, let's go. Place of Revelations. Dane brings you to where you hit the eye. As you continue onward, the answers will soon be revealed. But when you step within, there seems to be something strange going on with Dane. So, fire electric. Fire electric. Well, we'll go back to our regular...
Wait for my signal.
Should I really have a fire person in here? Yes, we will.
Next time, be sure to make a proper appointment.
This had better be important.
I am the man!
I'm just waiting for one time, like, Dane to be a playable character. Because, you know, a lot of times when you do, like, story quests like this, the character you're playing, you know, going with, they become the 5th player. But yeah, I finally got Haytham. I don't have him built up for... Here he is. Finally got him. So excited.
Wait. Huh? No.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I need to build him.
Swollen Fury. Behold! You dare to gaze upon me?
Oregon!
Stand with me!
The wind rises.
Let's roll!
Lightning purified! Time for your arraignment!
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
Sure thing. Buddy. Making sure I don't miss any chests. Dang it! Whenever we had that one... I forgot about the one chest. Oh well. Oh, we got a rune guard. I have friends that just started playing Genshin, and they're having such trouble with the rune guards.
Too slow.
Our bond is strong!
Yeah. Yeah.
Swollen Fury. Know your place. Bam! Who wants some of this? Cha!
Make sure all the runes are pointing in the direction indicated by the light. That should unlock the mechanism.
Okay. Guess this one's on the right. Oh, wait. Oh, geez. Okay. Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. You love Vape and Bloom? Oh, Vaporize, yes.
Ah, the door's open. Let's go. Our destination is just up ahead.
Destination. Test? No.
Can't catch me.
But you can't really climb here. Like, oopsie. I was gonna look at my AR level. Ooh, what's gonna happen?
Looks like we can't go any further.
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the Abyss.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here!
What are those called? There's a name for those.
Desolation!
Inquisitors? Is that what they were called?
Let's roll.
Herald.
Dissipate.
Never mind.
Behold.
This, don't let him move.
Out of my way! Incinerate!
Go! Hey, I wasn't ready. Bow your head.
Okay, fire now makes sense.
Inadmissible evidence!
The heralds, yes.
Our bond is strong!
So cool.
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here. Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see...
Uh-oh, what's happening?
Dane? What's wrong?
Can you feel that? There's been a disturbance in the ley lines. It must be the work of the Abyss.
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing. Paimon doesn't feel it.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place.
Leave here on your own? Will you be alright?
The Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara Village, I suspect you might finally have the opportunity to locate the missing villager. Just think of it as a way to divide and conquer.
This is suspicious. Alright. We'll go, though. Dane does have a point, but something still feels off. What am I missing? Someone taking over his body? Like, That's... I don't know. Who is it? It's the sister!
I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
You risked your safety and that of the Eye? That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone. I know you must have a lot to say, but if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
Dainsleif better be okay.
The Abyss Order's on the move. The ley lines are all out of whack. We better hurry back to Vimara Village and see what's going on.
Is it dead?
Hey, look at those hilly trails over there.
They seem strangely calm.
Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago? Why are they so calm all of a sudden?
I hear something.
In the New World, they bade farewell to the shrouded sun.
Wait.
At last, they no longer needed to dwell on their suffering, or try to differentiate between various thoughts of blasphemy. Such was the price they paid, and thus their souls became cleansed and pure.
Did you hear that? What was that?
To Paimon, it was someone's voice.
It sounded so gentle. Could that voice be comforting the hilly trails in some way? Oh, this is weird. Let's check if this is happening anywhere else. Looks like the same thing is happening over here, too. The hilly trails are calm.
You see, we're both still here.
You see? Yeah.
We've reclaimed an endless amount of time to love. Release your tears. You no longer need to hold back your sorrow.
Over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
In the end, he whispered softly. Sleep well, Father. Sleep well, my beloved people. When you awake, that which differentiates us shall be no more.
It almost sounds like a poem or some kind of story. Well, now that the hilly trails have calmed down, Vimara Village should be safe at least. Let's put this situation to the side for now. Dane said this might be our chance to find the missing villager, so we should head back to Vimara Village before it's too...
Sure. Oh, okay, so we have to just run back, apparently. Wander is perfect for the exploration.
The wind rises.
Really helps you get around much faster.
Grandpa Medea, is everyone alright? The Abyss Order seems to be up to something nearby.
The Abyss Order? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Thank you for your concern. But as far as I'm aware, it's been business as usual here in the village.
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any clues about the missing villager while we were gone, did you?
Hmm? Someone's gone missing, you say? Who would that be?
Huh? You know, the young guy from Vimara Village. The one you've been looking for all this time. You posted a commission with the Sumeru Adventurers Guild. That's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually. Your missing persons commission.
Ah, I do apologize, you two. I hope I'm not worrying you too much. I'm sure it's just my age making me forgetful again. At least right now, I can't seem to recall whatever it is you're referring to. Perhaps you should try asking someone else.
Sure.
But how is that? All right. Thanks for your help, Grandpa Amadea. Something's definitely not right. We just talked to Grandpa Amadea about the missing villager. There's no way he could have forgotten all about him just like that.
Sometimes it always doesn't
Traveler.
move.
Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been erased again?
It's too early to say.
You're right. We should narrow down the possibilities first. Let's go ask someone else then.
I don't know who this is. Talk to.
Squall and Fury.
Did we talk to him before? Was he the first guy we talked to? Oh, yes.
Someone's gone missing? Who?
Yup.
Just as expected.
Oh boy.
That guy you said a bunch of nice things about earlier? The one you always used to chat with. He's around 20 years old, and you said he was a kind, warm-hearted person?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Really? You remember?
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. If you're certain that's what I said, then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But why'd you say he's gone missing?
Have you seen him recently?
Yeah, I just saw him leave the village. There was someone else with him, too. They couldn't have gone far.
Atosha? Or Tosa? I think they said her name was? I guess we'll see.
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently he just saw him?
I mean...
Do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories, but that we've somehow returned to a time before he went missing?
I doubt returning to the past would be that simple. Given everything Dane mentioned about disturbance of the ley lines, it's far more likely that this is related to memories in some way. I need to think carefully. What's really going on? Okay, so either we return to a point before the disappearance took place, people have forgotten about the missing person, or we are presently traversing someone's memories?
If this person only exists in people's memories, maybe we're in someone's memory right now.
We're gonna submit that.
Right! Paimon totally forgot about the ley line disturbances. We're in someone else's memory. Just like how you entered your sibling's memory last time. That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. It's a memory after all.
Then this is our chance to find him.
Right. If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, then we're finally on the same turf. But didn't Bayron just say that he saw him leave the village with someone? Where should we go look for him? Who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? We might not have that much time, and we don't even know whose memory this is.
Let's go through what we know so far.
Good idea! That'll help us narrow things down. We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to...
implant memories into minds of the others.
Right! That! Could we try to figure out more about him using what we know of his ability? Like, does it maybe leave a trace that would somehow give him away?
Planting memories into the minds of others must be in perfect process. There's no way new memories could perfectly blend in with old ones. There has to be some kind of tell. Scenes from false memories will not change. Time does not pass within false memories. False memories are easily forgotten.
There's a difference between memories that arise from lived experiences and those that are implanted into the mind. Perhaps it has something to do with time.
Maybe this?
Maybe not.
No.
We don't have any way to prove whether certain memories were simply forgotten. All the memories seem to be set in or near Vimara village, but I'm still not sure if they're restricted to this location. No. Based on what we know...
Alright, so it's time does not pass.
If time was allowed to pass within the false memories, there's a higher chance they might conflict with someone's original recollection. That would make it much harder to avoid suspicion.
It's kind of like when everyone of Sumeru was in the dream.
No wonder! All this time and the sky isn't changed a bit! That must mean...
I did not catch that, but now I remember.
That's the tell of the fake memories! The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day. If the memories included the regular passage of time, it would be easy for people to tell that something was off. Like there could be overlap or something. People might start to wonder why they remember doing two different things at the same time of day. That's why he makes sure the memories take place at a specific moment in time rather than over a period of time.
If we consider this in conjunction with what we already know, in whose memory is this place? Is it?
The color of the sky.
Yes!
Coincides with the moment in time she described.
It's... Yep.
Oh, right! That's exactly what Atosa described!
Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk. Just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Yep, that has to be it! This is definitely Atosa's memory.
To the tree.
Yeah, that's where they'll be.
Well, remember I said there was things like in the tree.
The wind rises. Too slow.
There's nothing in the tree now. Oh wait, yes it is.
So,
you have to
you
see
see,
from that side.
Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. She's not trying to scare the children on purpose. Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. Do you maybe have anything you want to share? It's okay if you don't. You could also just talk about what you think of me?
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and
His eyes!
thoughtful young woman. You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life.
Someone else was wearing
You
this
won't miss
outfit.
someone like me.
Huh?
He's
Are those
Con
your
Rand.
friends over there?
Oh, she doesn't remember us, yeah. Finally found him, but why does he look kind of familiar?
Oh, right. This version of Atosa hasn't met us yet.
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me. So, I should see what they need. I'm sorry, Atosa. We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Another time, huh? Yeah, okay. I'll head back to the village then. Talk to you some other time.
It's nice to see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
Your... Factoring the memories of the Abyss Order, the Loom of Fate, and everything else, I think... Let's interpret all these before we...
The founder of the Abyss Order. The man who broke the curse of immortality. No. That doesn't seem...
I didn't mean that.
Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become the Loom of Fate.
And what's this? Nope, we're gonna interpret
Dane's
this.
brother, one of the 5 sinners of Conria. The one who stole the power of the Abyss. No.
No!
That...
I want to do this one.
You're... Kari Bear Alberic.
Oh. You know me? That's quite the surprise. I don't believe I've met you before.
Ancestor of Kaya?
I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory. You saw... the me from back then. This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say goodbye to her.
He was...
But... I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. Come, let's find somewhere else to talk.
He was, he turned into a hilichurl, right? At the end of the last Archon Quest? Okay. Oh. I wonder if this actually says something. I'll have to look on Twitter later and see if someone translated it. Is this a teapot? Proof of existence. Wait, Paimon's not here. Is she? I guess we'll see. What is this place?
I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists in the real world, after all. As you well know.
You look quite exhausted.
It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this, and now, the time has finally arrived.
This is a rare opportunity for me as well. I should try to learn as much information from Carabe? I forgot what you did. What exactly is a Loom of Fate?
Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your veins. And a degree of abyssal power that defies comprehension. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the Loom of Fate. But, despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the Loom of Fate. I was merely used as a means for its construction. In truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness left over within the Loom of Fate.
Carabe is dead, and that's why he no longer exists out of people's
As for your
memories.
question, the Loom of Fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines. In its primitive form,
That makes sense.
it can only be used to create and implant memories. But, as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger, until finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own. Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level ability to influence memories. But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world.
So that was the source of your ability to implant memories.
Yes. I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of compensation. After all, its existence cost me my life.
So the memories that suddenly appeared in Dane's mind were implanted by Karabé through the half-finished Loom of Fate. That makes sense, but I'm still lost as to why he went so far as to introduce himself to all the residents of Vimara Village.
Ah, that. I was wrong to implant those memories. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. Not only for everyone in the village, but for you as well. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world. As if I had a chance at life.
That's why I would have never guessed. But is there any kind of meaning to this? Does only existing people's memories really count as living?
I know what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me. Chief Ahmadiyya, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa.
Oh, okay, so
What
they
would it
made
be
those
like if
together.
I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet life in a peaceful village. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. One memory at a time. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up.
In the end, this all stems from the tragedy that occurred in Conria back then. You know, everyone is looking for you.
I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. But, well, that's not possible for me.
As I understand it, even though you only appeared in their memories, your existence was a great comfort to them. They all believe you once lived among them.
I know.
Well, now that I found you, let's continue this conversation some other time. Dane might still need my help.
Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him. Things should already be settled on his end.
Settled?
Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness like this can only mean one thing. The Loom of Fate has already been completed.
What? Loom of Fate is already complete? That means that I, the first field tiller, must have fallen into the hands of the Abyss. Could something have happened to Dane?
No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he? His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the princess. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once.
But
A very thorough plan.
Dane never handed me
That's
the
right.
eye.
Because in his mind, he had given it to you already.
Wait, does that mean he gave Dane a false memory? You made him think that one.
Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler, wait.
Oh!
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
So when Dane froze up back then, it was because a false memory was being implanted in his mind. No wonder.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory to be real. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. And to do that, we had to retrieve the eye.
Oh, let's clean my glasses. Dane had the eye the whole time until the Abyss Order took it away. I'm not sure there's anything we could have done. Now that the Loom of Fate is complete, what are you planning to do with it?
I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but I truly have no idea what the Princess is planning. Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist. In the face of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and my goal, at least, has been achieved.
Your goal?
You remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. I believe you saw him in your sibling's memory, after he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form. I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish. To comfort me, my father told me a story, that this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears, even if just for a moment. My goal was simple: to use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest, to implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story, just like my father did for me. It was a story of fairy tales and love. But more than anything, it was the story of us.
The thing that caused the hilichurls to come down back then was story. That was his goal. That was the only thing he wanted. He had a device as powerful as the Loom of Fate at his disposal, and all he wanted to do was to offer the hilichurls a moment of
I can't change the
peace.
world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, that was the most worthwhile thing I could offer.
I think it was very meaningful indeed.
All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. My goal was the one thing that allowed me to hold on all this time. But now, the bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
Goodbye. Right.
Looks like I was too late
It's her.
to see Kari Bear one last time. Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well,
oh my
how about
goodness!
a conversation?
How many story updates do they have?
The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree?
I almost can't believe it's real.
That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years.
What are you gonna do with the Loom of Fate?
The Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time before the Heavenly Principles awaken.
The Heavenly Principles are still asleep?
Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria. There's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes, such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation. However, the Heavenly Principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be, or what might trigger it.
You really hate the Heavenly Principles, don't you?
You could say that. Just look at Caribert. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful. Even as a hilly churl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the Heavenly Principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words. Ether?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you, but for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
Oh.
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together, you told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me, well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean...
I miss you too, Ether. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes, let alone my own brother.
Huh? What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our inability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Caribert gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here. Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
Well then.
sleepy. Paimon's head feels all fuzzy. Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so they decided to just bring us back here. Oh, and Dane came by just now. It looked like he was injured. He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were all right and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya.
He never changes, does he? I'm having trouble thinking straight right now.
Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called Kari Bear. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what happened.
We talked for a while, and he told me about the Loom of Fate. I finally saved my sister.
Really? What a score!
Yes, our commission is complete then. The missing villager, the person who only existed in the memories, and Carabear. All along. And now he's gone. I'm not sure how to explain things to the villagers.
Well, what happened after that?
I can't seem to remember. Maybe I'm just tired? It felt like something else happened, but why can't I remember? Not sure why, but it seems like I lost something.
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Yes.
Bayram, you sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. Wasn't anything good or bad, I'd say. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw our missing villager. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together.
I'm guessing
It looked
Dane
like
told him
quite
that?
a happy family, apparently. And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Kind of strange that we forgot all about it for so long.
That was how Carabear said his goodbyes. That was the last time he gave
and
him.
we also remembered his name, Kari Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner.
That is a unique name. Make sure you remember it this time.
Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is. And we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
Seems like everyone thinks Kari Bear left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now.
He is gone, the Loom of Fate is now complete, and no one else will try to change the villagers' memories.
Paimon wonders how Atosa's doing. Maybe we should go check on her. If she hasn't remembered like everyone else, we can tell her what happened. Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so she's probably at the tree. Come on, let's go talk to her.
Back to the tree.
Behold! Quit following me.
Oh.
Upon the gale.
He up in the tree.
Hey, Atosa, how's it going?
Oh, it's you two. I was just about to go looking for you. I wanted to thank you. I was part of the search party, so I remember what happened to Kari Bear now. Honestly, I just can't believe I forgot something so important. It's funny, but I have this feeling he told me the same thing. I just can't seem to remember when. I guess it doesn't really matter anyway. Life is made up of a series of memories. As long as I hold on to our time together, he'll always be a part of my life. I'm just happy I got to meet him. So, who cares what happens in the future, right? Okay, I'll admit. I'm just putting on a brave face. I was dumped, wasn't I?
Oh,
Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye?
I'm sure he had his reasons.
You don't need to comfort me. I'll be okay. It's just like Kari Bear said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious. And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day. Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two. I promised I'd help Granny Jahiet with something, so I should head back. Goodbye.
Well, that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back to normal now. Oh, right. Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation
I don't know.
with Kari Bear?
Right, what was it that happened? I can't remember. Feels like there's something in my pocket.
A picture? Where'd that come from? Let Paimon see.
Oh. You must get along with each other, the two of you. The end. I saw a chest.
Huh. Search for it.
You have to get these guys.
Attaboy!
Well, I've only been live for like 2 hours, I think, right? Yeah, it was alright. It was pretty short. But I guess, you know, it's just before. I'm really excited for that one. Get here.
It's showtime! Attaboy!
Excuse me? Do I have to do something with these? Let me change out my characters. The prison one? Yeah.
What's that? Join you for a walk?
I want to do...
why
since
not?
we have time, I'm going to
I'll
do
lead the way.
Sinos. Story quest.
One with the force.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah. I'll uproot you.
Should have Canary.
And Shroud.
You want to cry? What's wrong? Are you okay?
I think we can forego the lost and found report.
Okay, where is... Yes. Are you alright? Okay, yeah, now we're gonna do Sino's story. I'm alright, fun guy. Welcome in. How are you? Your power went out. Is it back or still out? That's not good. And it's warm, so please be safe. It's warm today, not too bad. And the meds help my pain. Exactly like what I said today. Yeah, like, I'm okay. It's alright. Academia. Oops.
Wow, the academia sure is busy during the
Sign
day.
is pretty cool, so this should be a good one.
But where should we go looking for people that we know?
We know where Alhaitham lives. We should just... There's Sino.
Traveler, Paimon.
On the bright side.
Sino! It's been so long since we last saw you!
You look like you've been keeping well.
As do you. You don't seem wary at all from your
Genshin
travels.
finished? Nice.
If anything, you seem stronger. So, what brings you back here?
Oh, nothing in particular. Paimon just saw a really big mushroom out on the road the other day and suddenly missed all our friends in Sumeru.
Funnily enough, we were reminiscing about you recently too. It was at a group dinner. I look forward to hearing about your travels. Something tells me we must have a lot to catch up on.
Me and your guys double date.
Really? You were thinking of us too? What a coincidence!
Indeed. Or as I call it, the Biryani factor. You really want me to say the rest? Okay.
It's always rice to meet stew again.
Oh, darn, he said it.
I win the bet, Paimon. Time to pay up.
You like that one, huh? You must if you remember it after all this time. Admit the truth. You have long been in awe of my razor-sharp wit.
All right. Here's your 500 Mora.
Thanks, Sino. Feels good to hit the jackpot.
You're exaggerating. It's only 500 Mora.
Hey, 500 Mora is still a lot of snacks to Paimon.
All right. I'll treat you to some desserts later. Anyway, I'm actually investigating a case right now. My mind is focused on work, which is why I didn't complete the joke at first.
A case? What happened?
Nothing major. But after finding out who was involved, I decided, on reflection, to handle this one myself.
Need any help? We only came here to hang out, so we've got the time. You may as well take us with you, and then when you're done, we can,
Such enthusiasm. Are you worried I'll forget about treating you to some sweets if you're not around to remind me?
What? No! All right, was it really that obvious?
Obvious enough. Still, it's a fine idea. You are the heroes of Sumeru. It makes perfect sense to work together. All right, follow me.
On my way. I love Sumeru. Oathkeeper has started. I think we get the new character Sethos in here. I think he shows up.
Do you see him? The old man flailing around?
Oh, is he the one you wanted to talk to about the case?
Correct. His name is Cyrus, a former Spontamod sage.
Yes!
He taught both me and Lisa.
Huh? Sino's teacher is in trouble?
It's ridiculous. I'm just an old man who enjoys a spot of gardening, shopping, and wine. What sort of person targets an old retiree?
Professor, I've brought some friends.
She's like, I'm out of here.
Sino. Now who do we have here? Hold on, let me think. A flying fairy dressed in white? A youth who does not seem to hail from this land? My goodness. You must be the legendary traveler in Paimon. I've heard all about what you've done for Sumeru.
Wow, looks like we're really famous.
I've told him about you before. You are my friends, after all.
Good to meet you, sir. We're here to help Sino.
That's right. Let me summarize the situation. A couple of days ago, Professor Cyrus suddenly received a threat letter.
A threat letter?
Oh, no.
Exactly. Who sends a threat letter to an old man like me, for goodness sake?
This is the letter in question.
Cyrus, I have uncovered your secret. If you wish to prevent it from going public, leave 10 million Mora at the back door of the cafe. Secondly, don't come looking for me. You'll never find me. But I will always be watching you and all of your secrets. Finally, if you dare to report this to the Matra, there will be consequences. Wow, they sure didn't mince their words.
Clearly, this person must be desperate for Mora.
10 million Mora, what a joke. I'm just a single retiree with nothing to my name beyond the tomatoes in my garden. Where do people think I'm hiding 10 million Mora, huh? In my tomatoes?
There were no witnesses, so currently the letter is all we've got. So, Traveler, Paimon, let's put our heads together.
Ready when you are.
Paimon's ready too.
All right, take a look.
To Tamora.
Do you see anything suspicious?
Exactly. What's the symbol in the background? Simon's description, it sounds like the threat letter didn't come in an envelope. It was simply written on a crude piece of paper and left for Cyrus to find. The paper?
Very good. The paper has a rather rough texture. It's not the typical kind you see in most books.
Another thing is, some of these strokes look kind of blurry. Could there be an issue with the ink?
Possibly. And I bet the paper has something to do with it.
Most of the paper around here is much smoother than this, and the ink is absorbed quickly so it doesn't run. This paper, meanwhile, it's very coarse-grained, almost as if it's made from some sort of plant matter.
It's certainly not the same paper as we use in the academia, but the ink is nothing special. Just regular black ink that gets a blue tinge when applied to paper.
So do we think the culprit has a connection with the academia or not? Wait, check this out! Looks like this part got wet at some point.
Huh. Agreed. The staining suggests it was a colored liquid, not plain water. It also looks like it was wiped off with a damp cloth.
A colored liquid, so... tea? Wine?
Looks like we're thinking along similar lines. Let's go talk to Arov. There are some things I'll need him to take care of.
Is Arov? Oh, he's a Matra. Okay. Oh, we have to go up?
Arov. Ah, there he is.
Mahamatra
Seen him
Sino.
before.
Sir Cyrus. Ah, and the Traveler and Paimon. It's been a while.
Yeah, okay, I thought we've seen him.
As such, I'm inclined to believe that the culprit in this case is a student at the academia. Somebody young and strapped for cash. Oh, one last thing. I'd start your investigation by taking a look at the cafes in the city.
Oh, of course! You think the culprit spilled their coffee on the ladder, huh?
They do look like coffee stains to me. Also, if I'm not mistaken, the letter is written on a type of scented paper that has aromatics added during the manufacturing process. The kind often provided as writing material for customers in cafes and taverns.
Ah, of course. Yes, like they sell in the gift shops. I remember now. Zaha Hadi bought some a while back. She said she was going to use it as wrapping paper for a vase.
Understood. I'll assemble a team to investigate the points of interest immediately.
You have my gratitude.
One last thing. Send some Matra to guard the entrances and exits of Sumeru City. And change into plain clothes. Don't let them see you coming.
Thanks for the
Will do.
hydrate. I have hydrated.
Great thinking, Sino. So, where do we think the culprit's at
jeez,
right
excuse me.
now?
I doubt they'd go back to the cafe.
Yeah, they've probably been lying low at home waiting to see how Cyrus reacts.
You're right, Paimon.
Really?
The culprits approach. Whatever happens, they need this Mora. But just because they warned Professor Cyrus not to go to the Matra, doesn't mean they know what he'll do next. So, like you said, they need to wait and see. And crucially, the culprits said they'd be watching the professor's every
This guy's
move.
glowing in the back.
Huh? Wait, are you saying...
They're probably here? Oh no.
Found you!
Oh no. Oh no.
What are you doing?
You wrote the threat letter!
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about. What threat letter?
I sensed someone was watching us from the shadows the moment we entered the House of Dana. You managed to stay relatively well hidden for someone reckless enough to threaten Professor Cyrus. There are a lot of people here, but we were looking specifically for Arov. Whoever followed us the whole way was likely to be the culprit.
I was just listening in, that's all. You know something big's going down when Mahamatra Sino shows up, right? So I got a little curious. What's the big deal?
You smiled when Arov left. I saw it as clear as day.
Is smiling a crime now?
There are coffee stains on the letter. You mixed some coffee with water, gently smeared it onto the paper, then wiped it off with a wet cloth. All to create the impression that the letter was written at a cafe. Closing off the exits to the city doesn't affect you, because you already live here. And as long as the Matra were focused on the cafes, you would be free from scrutiny. The cafe was a red herring all along. You had to be somewhere where you could monitor the professor's movements.
You can't pin this on me! I haven't done anything!
Really? Then why are you shaking like a leaf? The innocent have no reason to fear the Matra. But your heart's racing, and your eyelids are twitching. You're a terrible liar.
I've got some
I would
coffee
never...
right now.
Don't try anything or you'll pay the price. Now come with me.
Well, I guess Sino got him.
That was over quickly. Sino already caught the guy.
Story over.
You're telling me. One minute I go out for a quick smoke, the next minute I see Arav already on his way back to meet up with Sino. Looked like a young guy, too. Couldn't have been much more than 30. But after what he's done,
Are you
I'm
okay,
afraid
Denny?
he's ruined his whole future.
Everyone, it's all over.
Gosh, that was so fast.
The culprit's name is Uraka, a 16-year-old student in the Ratawe Starsha.
Wait, that guy's only 16?
Huh?
16? Cyrus thought he looked 30-something.
We checked his records. He's 16, a third-year student.
But he looks so old.
Yeah, seriously.
Foolish child. He's too young for the criminal life. What the devil drove him down this path?
We questioned the culprit regarding his motives. He,
Oh, just spit it out. Nothing can surprise me at this point.
Very well. It's our understanding that Araka is a mediocre student who has been underperforming in his classes. He started taking extra tutoring to improve his grades, but developed a gambling habit around the same time and lost a lot of mora. Down on his luck, he went to the tavern for a drink
Not really.
and overheard some people chatting about Sir Cyrus's comfortable retirement. They mentioned that he's always arguing about his tomato plants with some old woman on the street.
Some old woman on the street? Goodness gracious. Has that rascal attended a single one of his classes? That old woman is Kasharwar's very own professor, Zaha Hadi. How can he not know who Zaha
Oh, it was
Hadi
Kave's
is?
professor.
Is this going somewhere?
Oh, right, yes. So another thing. We don't just argue about tomato plants. What are they trying to insinuate by comfortable retirement? A man grows a few vegetables and suddenly he's living a life of luxury?
Maybe it's more the fact that you have the time to grow vegetables in the first place.
Araka mentioned he'd heard a rumor, alleging that Sir Cyrus illegally obtained a large sum of money from
Oh
the
my
desert
goodness.
before retiring, and kept it for himself instead of reporting it to the academia. Araka believes this money to be the reason why Sir Cyrus hasn't kept up with any academic research or other projects since his retirement. And given your advanced age, he thought you'd be an easy target to blackmail.
Oh, Araka. I'm at a loss for words. I'm so angry I don't know where to start.
People make up rumors all the time. I am quite confident that Professor Cyrus has never embezzled a mora in his life.
Arav, you'll have to find some excuse to interrogate Araka again later. I need you to deliver a few firm fistfuls to him on my behalf.
I completely understand how you feel, Sir Cyrus, but I'm afraid that course of action goes against the Matra's principles.
Professor, there's no need to be childish about this.
Oh, come on. I was clearly joking.
Okay. Where does this go from here?
The academia will determine the appropriate disciplinary action against the student. And as for the individuals spreading rumors about the professor's obsession with tomatoes and some old woman on the street, there could be a slander case here. The Matra will continue to investigate.
But for us, we
Who
go
said I'm obsessed with some old woman on the street? Mind your wording or you'll start a whole new rumor. You seem confused. Oh, don't you understand? Uraka is just a young boy who made a very rash and very stupid decision based on some groundless rumor he heard. Besides, I didn't actually hand over any mora to him.
He's-
The whole thing sounds a lot worse than it is.
He's a bit defensive
All it
about
costs
that.
me is a little reputational damage. That's all.
Please rest assured, Professor, that the academia will issue a fair and reasonable punishment.
Yes, I have no doubt about that. but as a former educator, I'd still like to have a serious conversation with the boy's parents. The family lives in the city, yes?
Correct.
We looked into the family. Both parents are merchants, and they're often away on business. They've never taken much of an active role in their children's lives.
Oh, what a mess. You don't have to seal the evidence away yet, do you? I'd like to have that letter back for the time being, if possible. I need something concrete for when I talk to the family tonight. We have to show them how serious this situation is.
I want to say he
The
wouldn't
relevant
do anything
authorities
like
have
this.
already reviewed the evidence and are now discussing Araka's punishment.
But why?
You can hold on to the letter for now. Just make sure to return it within a couple of days.
This is suspicious.
So you'll be able to close the case in 2 days?
Give or take. Cases like this are quick to resolve.
Very good. Well, thank you for all your help. Perhaps we can all go for a meal together. Oh, my treat, of course.
My apologies, Sir Cyrus, but I have a prior commitment. Enjoy the meal, everyone.
Ah, I see. Well, that's a pity. But Sino, you have to come. You found the culprit at record speed, and I owe you for
Didn't
that.
we already have plans?
Ah, and isn't Tainari in town at the moment? Bring him along, too.
Wait, you mean Tainari's in the city?
He is. Tainari's master, Sir Nephis, called him and Kale to the academia to help out on a project.
Oh, I like
They
Kale.
should be at Nephis's office at this hour. Though I must say, I'm surprised you're extending an invitation to Tainari. Did you do something to offend Sir Nephis?
Don't be outrageous. Nephis offends me all the time. It's never the other way around. Anyway, hurry up and fetch Tainari. I'll head over to the tavern with the Traveler and Paimon. See you there. Go on now.
Good night, Gunny. Go to... Bombard. Love it. I love this piece.
Not to brag, but we never had problems like this at Ratawa Hist back when I was still teaching. And if you don't want to take my word for it, you can ask them. They were students at the time. They'll tell you what it was like, won't they?
I was out in the forest at least 4 days a week back then, thanks to a colossal workload from Master. It wrought havoc on my poor tail, so I didn't exactly keep up to date with what was going on at the academia. Most of what I know, I heard from Sino after the fact.
Professor's become a lot more laid back in his retirement. He used to be far stricter, and was especially known for being extremely principled.
Wow. It's hard enough to stay true to your principles as a normal person. I can't imagine doing that as a sage.
It's a pity Kale wasn't around at the time. I would have happily taken her on as a student.
And then we'd have one more person who has to address Lisa as upper-class woman.
Really? Can't you just call her Lisa? She seems to prefer it when people treat her like an older sister.
Oh, believe me, back when she was a student, nothing made her happier than the younger students acknowledging her seniority.
Whoa, more food? Are you sure about this? We don't want to take advantage.
I'm getting hungry now.
Oh, don't worry about it. Order whatever you like. And if it's not enough,
Wait,
order
we're on
some
the second
more.
floor?
After all your help today, treating you to dinner is the least I can do.
I thought I heard some familiar voices.
Kaveh.
Ah, and Sir Cyrus is here as well.
Oh, Kaveh, it's been a while. Zahahadi was talking about you last month. How have you been?
I've been all right, thank you. You're looking very well, sir. I'm glad to see it.
Have you eaten yet? Care to join us?
That's awfully kind of you, but I had a late lunch, so I'm not really hungry just yet. I'll have dinner a little bit later tonight. I just came to Lombard's to buy some wine, and when I heard some voices I recognized, I thought I'd come and say hello. So what's the occasion, anyway? Some sort of celebration?
Consolation, more like. You wouldn't believe the day I've had.
Yeah, he recounts a day's event.
Sounds like things have really gone downhill since I was there. My whole time as a student, I've never heard of anything remotely like that.
I can't believe how young the guy is. What are his parents going to think?
Young people are always more susceptible to making rash and ill-advised decisions. Their minds are still developing. It's just an unfortunate fact of life. But still, this boy has some nerve. Just look at what he wrote. Oh, it makes my blood boil.
Wow, yeah. Jeez.
I will always be watching you and all of your secrets. And then he just followed you into the house of Dana?
If this were my son, he'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
Luckily, I'm also an extremely principled person.
Kave! Your order's ready, sir!
Coming. I'll have to get going. Have a nice evening, everyone. I'll catch you all another time.
Okay, bye-bye!
Here I am. The coffee beans are in here too.
Yep, it's all there. I'll stop babbling away now. Let's eat before the food gets cold.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. We eat all the food. Luckily, it's still hot and you enjoy a delicious, celebratory meal after a crazy day.
Oh, too tasty. Paimon's belly is about to explode.
Mine too. I'll have to walk home to burn some of it off.
Thanks for dinner, Sir Cyrus. Master Tainari and I will bring you some homemade herbal tea next time. It'll do wonders for your sleep.
Well, I look forward to that. In fact, could I trouble you to bring a little extra for the other old folks on my street? I'll be the envy of the neighborhood.
No problem at all. I'll pack some up and bring it over.
Thanks for treating us.
I'll see you all later. I better head home now and tend to the crops.
Good night, Professor. Don't let those tomatoes keep you up too late.
Hey, my tomatoes are serious business. I am not about to be beaten by Zaha Hadi. Anyway, I'll be leaving now. Don't stay up too late now, children. I bid you all a good night.
Take care. Have a safe trip home.
All right. Now, we finally have some us time.
What do you mean, us time?
Well, I was talking with Tainari and Kale, and since we all have some free time, we thought we could all go camping together. Think of it as our way of welcoming you back to
the guy in
Chimera.
the back just watching us.
Camping? Oh, that sounds fun. Paimon's in.
Sounds really fun.
It's been so long since we did something fun together. I can't wait.
Everyone, let's meet tomorrow afternoon at the riverbank to the southeast of Gandharvaville. No need to bring anything. We've already packed everything for the trip. Just bring your delightful selves and prepare to have some fun.
You got it. We'll be there.
Great. Then we'll see you tomorrow.
Time to have some fun. So 1400. Good enough.
Time to set off. Let's head to the southeast of Gandharvaville and meet up with the others.
Oh, perfect. It's right beside the teleport point.
The value of knowledge cannot simply be quantified in monetary terms.
Man, fancy!
Wow, you guys are ahead of the game. You set up the tents already.
I'd say we're right about on schedule, actually. We were aiming to have them set up before you arrived.
I didn't even see her over there.
Traveler, Paimon, let's go fishing together. Whatever we catch, we can grill for dinner tonight. You got it. Dinner's on us tonight. I hope I can contribute too. The other forest watchers gave me some fishing tips a little while ago. I'm really looking forward to giving them a try.
I saw some very appetizing mushrooms in the area, so I gathered a few for us. I'll leave them here along with some fresh fruit.
Wow, camping with a forest watcher is the way to go! They think of everything! And even if they don't, they can improvise!
This is true. I don't think I've ever had a single rough day in this forest.
So, how has everything been going for you?
Well, there's been some high points and low points, but we've had some unforgettable experiences along the way.
I see. Oh, in that case, you should try a valberry. I bought some from the market this morning.
A valuable suggestion. Just don't bury your feelings using food.
Tenari's face.
All I wanted was to recommend something bittersweet.
Oh, I have a sudden craving for fruit tea. I'm gonna go fetch some stuff. Bye!
Yep. Well, bye.
She sure made a run for it.
Unbelievable. She made a run for it.
So Kale chose the path of tactical retreat. Could it be she foresaw what shall soon come to pass? My dear friend, you know what I am about to say.
It's Genius invocation time.
Excellent. A kindred spirit. A great warrior can sense when a duel is nigh. But it looks like we'll get told off if we start playing now. Let's enjoy the nature for a while longer.
Tenari's having none of it. Birds chirping away the soothing sound of running water. This is nice. No agenda. Look at the frog. There's a frog stuck in the background.
Ah! We got a bite!
I'll reel it in.
Just slowly walking over there.
Firewood, spices, snacks, and drinks. Everything's ready. Once Kale gets back, we can light up the fire and start grilling.
Yummy. Where is she? That's not... Oh, no. Why am I moving to a different seat? It's just so nice to go camping with friends. But where's... She's been gone a long time.
There are 3 tents. Which one do you two want to take?
How about the one on the left?
Whatever Paimon says.
Paimon just thinks the ambiance here is a little better.
True. But it's also the closest to the water. If there are any sleepwalking fungi around tonight, they might stumble into your tent.
Fungi, do you sleepwalk?
Well, that's no good. Take my weapon. You can use it to bar the entrance.
Anyone would think you were sealing the gates to King Deshret's mausoleum.
Excellent. Then this tent will be an impenetrable fortress.
Your sister was scared?
I'm back! How's your appetite?
She made it.
Ready for the barbecue?
Wait, why?
Always.
Oh, because you... Okay, I see, because you slut-walk. Yeah, I used to do that a lot when I was little. Yeah, that's creepy.
Oh, it smells so good. Paimon's drooling.
Someone sure is desperate to eat. I think it's time to add the seasoning. How do you like your skewers? Well done? Medium? Rare?
Wait, what? Isn't that just for steaks?
Okay.
Hey, if it works for steak, maybe it works for other things too.
Medium well for me.
Okay, these are about ready now then. It'll be a few more minutes for anyone who wants theirs well done.
I'm gonna dig in. Nom 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 nom.
Oh, that was so delicious. If Paimon's stomach had space, she'd eat 3 more skewers. I ate a lot too. Here it comes.
If you're tired, then go rest.
You must be getting sleepy too, Paimon. Why don't you guys head to your tents? Sino and I will clean up.
Tonight I show you mercy. Our sacred duel will take place another day.
been struggling to keep her eyes open.
Oh, don't forget this. The staff of the Scarlet Sands.
Wait, you were actually being serious about that?
It's a very powerful weapon. Try it.
Paimon can't even lift that thing.
Fair enough. You sure you don't want it?
Yeah, Paimon's sure. We'll be fine. And even if we do get an uninvited guest in the night, Paimon will be here to take care of the traveler.
Let's not forget, I have my own trusty sword, a divine artifact, slayer of countless vile monsters.
That reminds me of a parting king of invocations. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. But right now, it's time to rest. Sleep well and sweet dreams.
Nighty-night. Game trip has really relaxed me. I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight. Babies don't sleep very well. Peace and tranquility of the forest, nature's warm embrace lulls you into your restful sleep. What's gonna happen?
I think they should all be here. Traveler? Paimon? Are you in there? Could you come outside for a sec?
Look at this.
What the? What's this sword doing here? Is it supposed to keep out intruders?
Evidently.
What?
Those voices, I recognize them.
Paimon's gonna take out the sword. Yeah!
I'm going back to sleep.
Oh, hey them, Kaveh! What are you doing here? It's the middle of the night!
Why'd they come all the way out here? His face.
Sorry to wake you up at this hour of the night, but we've got a situation on our hands.
Let's get dressed and talk about it outside.
Good morning.
Something has come up. And since it pertains to Cyrus and Cyno, I deemed it essential to inform you all.
Whoa, back up. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
Huh? Where'd the wine cups go? I could have sworn I left them here after I washed them. Ah, there they are.
I'll have a cup too.
Can you see if the cookies are still on the table?
Wine sounds really good right now.
They are. And so are the fruit.
Oh, this is so bland. I should have gotten a few bottles of what Cyno's group was drinking last night.
Do tell. What were they drinking?
Oh, right, I forgot to mention. So, I ran into Cyrus yesterday evening when I went to the tavern to pick up some things. He was hosting a dinner for Cyno, Tighnari, Kale, and the Traveler and Paimon. Anyway, they got a bottle of Lombard's new vintage for the table. At least, I think that's what it was. It looked pretty good.
Sounds like they're all tangled up in this.
You know what it's about, right? 16-year-old kid tried to extort Cyrus. He was asking for 10 million mora.
I heard some people talking about it on the streets, yes. Didn't take them long to catch the culprit. The sages are probably dealing with the case by now.
I wonder what Sir Nephis and the others will make of it. Oh, Cyrus showed me the extortion letter, too. It was crudely written, but the paper had this beautiful pattern on it that I've never seen before. Really caught my eye. Give me a sec, I'll sketch it out for you. Okay, done. Take a look. You see what I mean? I don't think I've ever seen writing paper like this around before. God knows where the culprit got it from.
Interesting. These are all motifs associated with the tribes of the desert.
What? Really?
Take this, for instance. Looks like an outline of a spire, similar to the kind found on some ancient palaces. And the crisscrossing and mirroring here. I recognize that too. It bears a striking resemblance to an ancient emblem, one that hasn't been used in a very long time.
Whose emblem is it?
It's the emblem of the Temple of Silence.
Huh. Did they just have a full conversation without arguing? That's a first.
After discussing it with each other, we both agreed that something didn't feel right, so we went looking for you. This was a long way to come from the city. Alhaitham figured you were probably with Tainari, so Gandharvaville was our first stop. But the Forest Watchers told us that you'd gone camping. Then, just as we were heading off to the campsite, we ran into Sino.
Oh.
He said he was on a supply run. We exchanged a few words, and then he ran off.
Hold on. So what's the deal with that emblem you were talking about? The Temple of Silence, you said? What is that? Should we be worried?
Something's up, huh? Give me a second. Let me get Kale.
So you've never heard of the Temple of Silence? Well, to put it simply, it's an organization that has existed in Sumeru for over 1,000 years. These days, you can find a Temple of Silence office in the academia. Theoretically, it's responsible for the custody and disposal of information and documents not fit for public dissemination. At least, that's what they tell the outside world. In truth, it's essentially a vestigial institution nowadays. There's an office with their name on it, but it's functionally obsolete. Historically speaking, the original Temple of Silence is said to have been established by Hermanubis, one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret and the greatest of all sages. Most of the organization's members hailed from the desert. By contrast, none of the Academia Temple's current members are from the desert region, nor do they use any symbols connected with the desert folk.
So the Temple of Silence at the Academia is just a fake? Wow.
It's possible. The real question is, why? My guess is they're covering something up.
So, how do you know all this? Sounds like some pretty top-secret stuff.
Duh, he works there.
Did you forget? He did a stint as acting Grand Sage, and kept the pay raise even after he resigned.
Oh, yeah! Paimon did totally forget about that. So you took the chance to read all the top-secret documents while you were acting Grand Sage, huh?
If you're asking me whether I familiarized myself with the documentation in my office, I would respond that that's a perfectly normal part of any job.
So much about this doesn't make sense. Why did the emblem of the Temple of Silence appear on a threat letter from an academia student to Cyrus? The student's only 16, and doesn't have any family ties to the desert. So where could he have seen that emblem, or gotten the paper?
You said you ran into Sino, yes? Did you tell him what you've just told us?
Yep. He ran off as soon as he heard what we said.
Given that Cyrus is involved, he's probably halfway through solving the case by now. Still, we should try to catch up with him. At this hour of the night, Sino will probably go looking for Cyrus at his current residence.
If the Academia's Temple of Silence really does exist just to cover up the truth, the sudden appearance of this emblem can't be good. It's sure to stir up trouble. We should pay a visit to the Academia.
It's okay,
Yes.
welcome back.
As the Sage
you
of
all right?
Amorta, my master ought to know the truth about their office. You can ask him to tell you what he knows. The more information we have, the better prepared we'll be for whatever happens there.
If this situation is connected to the real Temple of Silence, the emblem has to be part of a bigger conspiracy.
Kale, could I trouble you to send a
I'm glad you're
message to the
okay, then.
Core of 30? Tell them to keep an eye out for Sino and Cyrus. Traveler, Paimon, you two come with me. We'll go after Sino.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Cyrus has been living in the city lately. He rented a place near the field so he can keep an eye on his tomato plants.
Then let's go look for him there.
There's more to all this than it seems. Yeah, you're always
Here we
welcome
are.
to the DM.
This is the place.
It's okay.
We might be too late. Looks like nobody's home. Oh, Sino moves fast. If he was here, he's probably long gone by now.
I know that voice. Is that Tainari I hear?
This lady.
Professor Zahahadi!
Wow, so it really is you. My goodness, whatever is going on tonight?
We're looking for Sino. So, he's already been here.
Yes, not long ago, in fact. He knocked on my door and asked if I'd seen Cyrus today at all. I told him the old fool left early this morning, and I hadn't heard him come back. So we went to his place, and would you believe it? He's gone. Goodness knows where to. It must have alarmed Sino, because he took off in an awful hurry after that. He never did explain what this was all about. How serious is it?
Well, if Cyrus isn't at home... Oh, it sure doesn't sound good.
Professor, did you hear that a student recently tried to extort Cyrus?
Why, yes. When I left the house that day, I noticed he was watering his flowers in the field in complete silence. He had a piece of paper clutched in his hand, and he looked lost in thought. I could tell something was troubling him, but he wouldn't tell me what it was. If Sino hadn't happened to visit him that day, he'd probably still be holding on to that thing. After seeing the letter, Sino told him to contact the Corps of 30, but Cyrus was very reluctant. He claimed it would only damage his reputation. Eventually, he relented, after much persuasion from Sino.
Huh? Cyrus didn't want to report it? Well, that's strange. When we saw him, he seemed pretty okay with the idea of the kid getting his just desserts.
As a former sage, it's possible Cyrus still has enemies at the Academia. That's why Sino was so insistent that he report the matter to the authorities. I was there while they were going back and forth over it.
So Cyrus initially hoped to stop this from going public. But why?
He only reported it because Sino forced him to, which means Cyrus must know something about the Temple of Silence.
Oh, dear. What on earth has that old fool gotten himself wrapped up in? Oh, I do hope he's not in danger. Oh, I almost forgot. Sino left me this letter to pass on to you. He wrote it when he came by earlier. He realized you might come looking for him.
Thank you.
What does it say? Let Paimon take a look!
My friends, this is a rather complicated state of affair. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose more than that. I ask you to understand and accept that I had to act alone in this stage. Don't come after me. Oh, that's...
My friend,
oh, she's gonna read
this
it.
is a rather complicated state of...
Well, I'm just skipping.
Yep, that sounds like Sino. Thank you, Professor. Please do not worry. We will do all we can to protect both Sino and Cyrus. Traveler, Paimon, let's head to the Academia and regroup.
I know, right? Exactly. Academia. Let's get back here and go inside. Turn to Academia. Wait. I'm an idiot. Went the wrong way. Wrong teleport. We're not just gonna let something happen to him. Not Sino. Did we all say we were gonna meet up here? Yeah, there's Kaveh and...
You're here? I thought you were going after... Ah, I guess you lost their trail.
We went to Cyrus's house. No one was there. Sino got there before us, but he was long gone by the time we arrived.
He didn't say where he was going?
No, he left us a letter and told us not to go after him.
Whichever you learned from Zaha.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Typical Sino. Anyway, some updates on progress on our end. I drew the emblem from memory again, but in more detail this time.
That's the
I
front of the
checked
temple?
some ancient texts for a similar design. The one I found was a little blurry, but the similarities in the general form and certain details were clear enough to confirm a match.
Yeah, and we're lucky we found anything at all. It turns out the emblem was all but lost to history. We scoured the entire Academia collection, and that book was the only one with a record of the motif.
Meanwhile, Arav managed to get Uraka to disclose his source. The one who told him about Cyrus's embezzled funds was a young man from the desert. According to Uraka, he had a striking presence and was well educated.
Apparently, the two met in the tavern over a game of cards. The guy claimed to be in the city for business, as part of a merchant caravan. Uraka was intrigued when he heard what his new acquaintance had to say, and brought up the idea of extorting Cyrus for Mora. The guy encouraged him to go ahead with it, then handed him some pen and paper to write the letter.
I see. So it could be that this person planted the paper intentionally.
So, how do we find this guy? Did Uraka say where he is?
He doesn't know. He claims not to have seen him since that day in the tavern. The man gave him some tips on how to carry out the extortion, but from then on, Uraka was acting alone.
I will be right back. I'm gonna go grab my blood pressure cuff and take my blood pressure. I'm feeling yucky, and I just need to make sure nothing's wrong with it. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back.
Nephis and Arav have gone to meet the Core of 30 and review the city's entry and exit records. Also, Nephis admitted that the Temple of Silence in the Academia is just a facade. The true Temple of Silence once came to the rainforest to establish a collaboration with the Academia, but as time went by, the sages gradually became corrupt and foolish. The Temple of Silence felt that they could no longer trust the Academia and ended the partnership. They retreated back to the desert about 400 years ago. Ever since its inception, the Temple of Silence has been the guardians of King Deshret's civilization and belief system. They traveled throughout Sumeru, sequestering and guarding any wisdom that posed a threat to the people's livelihoods. At its roots, it was a legitimate and reputable organization whose purpose was to guide people towards the right path.
The Academia of the day knew that the split would damage their reputation if it became a matter of public knowledge. And so, they set up a dummy organization of their own to conceal the truth.
Not only that, but they managed to keep up the charade for hundreds of years!
Thanks for this stretch.
So how did Cyrus become acquainted with the true Temple of Silence if they left centuries ago?
I'll bet that's the question that bothered Sino. Probably why he went after him in such a rush.
Whoever is behind this, getting Uraka to extort Cyrus was only the first step of the plan. Their true goal in doing so was for Cyrus to see the emblem on the letter.
He must have recognized it right away. That'll be why he didn't want to involve the authorities. He probably hoped to take care of the whole thing by himself. Unfortunately for him, Sino had other plans.
Since the desert is where the Temple of Silence originated, that is in all likelihood where Cyrus went.
I have to go after him.
Really? Are you sure that's a good idea, with how you respond to the heat? Why don't we send someone else?
I should be fine, as long as I bring plenty of water. Besides, I just can't shake this ominous feeling that if we don't catch up to them soon...
Everyone, I have news from the Core of 30.
Master!
Oh, so that's Nafis, Kainari's master? Oh, we're finally getting to meet him in person!
It's a pleasure to meet you, Traveler in Paimon. Several independent eyewitnesses have reported seeing Cyrus and Mahamatra Sino leaving the city at different times. Both were heading in the direction of Caravan Rebat. I was going to suggest that you join forces with the Core of 30 in this case. However, as I'm sure you've already heard from Al-Haytham and Kaveh, the Temple of Silence is involved. The Academia has made a number of decisions throughout history that I am ashamed to talk about. It may well be that no better choice was available to them, but those actions are nonetheless a stain on our legacy. I won't attempt to make you understand the Academia's perspective. Now is the time for action.
I understand where you're coming from, Master. But I'm afraid the situation might be more complicated than we thought. I think we need to keep a low profile, or risk making things worse.
Good point. If Cyrus is involved with the other side, or worse, if he's fallen into their hands, and...
Oh no.
Everyone, we have to get Cyrus and Sino back safely. We cannot afford to lose them.
Need our help? Whatever you need, we got you covered.
Really? Wonderful. You have my most sincere gratitude. Arav and I will continue to follow up on the lead from Uraka. Kaveh, Scribe Alhaitham, I'd like to ask you to cover the duties of the House of Dana. Tainari, you are planning to go into the desert, correct?
I am. Kaveh, I'll be okay. You stay behind to help Master and Alhaitham.
Well, if you're sure, okay. But be careful.
Thank you all. Arav, let's go.
You'd better get moving. Don't forget to ask for help when you need it.
Will do. Let's go, Tainari. Hopefully we can catch up with Sino before it's too late.
Knowing him, he's probably covered a fair distance already, but we still have a shot. Let's take it.
Alrighty. Give me 1 sec. I'm trying to put my compression socks on. My blood pressure is doing funky things. It was like 115 over 60, and then I stood up and it went to 148 over 100 and something. See, after I sit again for a while.
Maybe I'll borrow something to read.
Okay. Usually it drops when I stand. I don't know why it's going up.
Okay, we made it to Caravan Ribat. Where should we go next? Maybe we should ask the nearby guards if they've seen anything.
Hold on. Look over there.
Is that Dia?
You sure you want to brave the desert alone? I mean, it's your choice at the end of the day, but still.
Man,
It's
haven't
not
seen
my
her in a
first
while.
time. I'll be fine.
And Candace?
If you're really going to go through with this, then at least take our advice. When you're packing for your trip, budget for 5 days more than you plan to spend out there.
Makes sense. Okay, I'll go get ready.
Thought we might find you here. You're trying to retrace Cyrus's steps, aren't you?
Didn't I tell you not to come after me? I thought I had a good lead on you.
Well, sorry, but we never agreed to that. Why would you go off on your own like this?
Nothing personal. It's just a complex situation. And I'd rather not involve anyone else if I can help it.
Takes a special kind of person to get Sino chasing them all the way out to Caravan Ribat. But why so coy today, huh? You only gave us his age and description. Why can't you reveal his name? Is he Sumeru's most wanted or something? Oh, also, hey guys, it's been a while.
Dia and Candace! So nice to see you. Actually, seeing all of our friends is the whole reason we're here.
You're looking well. Glad to see it.
Thanks.
Candace and I came to Caravan Ribat on business. We ran into Sino as he was asking about some elderly gentleman's whereabouts. Some people say they saw him. Guess he stood out as an older guy heading into the desert alone with just a sumpter beast in tow and very few supplies. That's gotta be one heck of a story there.
Sino, it's okay if you can't tell us anything about the case. But let us know how we can support you. We're here to help however you need. The more people we have working on this, the quicker we'll be able to find the person you seek.
No, it's not that simple.
We spoke with Zaha Hadid. From what she said, It's pretty clear that he wants to try and solve this on his own. It won't be easy trying to find him in the desert when he's deliberately trying to cover his tracks.
Sounds like this is far more complex than we imagined.
Still, if he started from Caravan Rebot, the chances are that his route took him past our village. You may as well ask if anyone there has seen him.
I like how she said past, but in the text it said via.
My thanks to you both. Once this is resolved, I will find a way to repay you.
Ah, come on. No need to get all serious. Just buy a round of drinks next time we're all in the city or something.
That's a deal.
All right, so, you all set?
Yes, we'll handle it from here. Thank you again for your help. I don't take it for granted.
All right, then we'll leave you to it. Just remember, if you change your mind and need some reinforcements, we'll be here.
And don't think you'd be imposing. You can depend on us.
Don't worry, we'll keep him out of trouble.
I think I'm gonna have to end. I feel like I'm gonna pass out, so I'm gonna go lay down. Let me finish this thingy. We have to go to Sumeru. Nope. Sumeru. Whose design? Candace or Dea?
Sino should count himself
I like
lucky.
them
Those are
both.
tests, the character.
I have them both. Yeah, thank you. I should be okay once I lay down. I don't know why today is so bad. Candace. Yeah, I like Candace a lot. Thanks for being here, everybody. I appreciate it. Not exactly sure why. Usually I can, like, figure it out by my blood pressure, but I guess it is a bit higher than it should be.
Add Astra. Thank you for
I might have just done too much since
Add
I
Astra-
streamed a bit later yesterday and then streamed again today. That might have just been too much for me. Just so nauseous. Okay, let's grab this. Well, I'm glad you enjoy them. I probably won't be finishing this on stream. Because next stream I'm gonna start Kingdom Hearts finally, because I've never played it. So we're gonna start with the first. And that should be... it might not be till Wednesday. Because I have something I have to do Monday, and then I have to leave the house on Tuesday, and that's gonna mess me up. But I gotta go. But hopefully Wednesday I'll be able to stream. But I hope everybody has a good night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!